Hello everybody and welcome back to War on the Sea. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight, as always, we continuing the fight of trying to keep the Japanese Navy from advancing in the Philippines or the Solomon Sea. So, yeah, we are over here just outside of Guadalcanal. Posted up. Now, if you guys remember correctly, in the last video, we were fighting with Power Group 2, which is our North Carolina power group. Got North Carolina here with Nicholas, Columbia, San Diego, and O'Bannon. And they are doing a patrol that we are going to bring a little bit closer as well. So let's go ahead and do that first and foremost before we forget. We're going to bring this patrol down into this area here because I happen to know that there are two other surface fleets in the area that I would really love to take care of in today's episode. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. So, we got a few command points, but I'm going to save them up because we're going to be saving for a carrier fleet. I think because we have two battleship fleets, plenty of submarines out there, I think it's time that we start saving up for our carrier task force. Now, do we have... We do! We officially have all the things! Oh, it's going to be a glorious episode, folks. It's going to be a good one. We have finished our first week in the game. I know, it takes a while for me. I apologize, but it's part of the uploads, man. It takes me a while to get these videos done. But we can go ahead and load our transport fleet again. These guys have been sitting in port. Not a whole lot to do. So, let's give them something to do. Let's go ahead and go to Manage Cargo. On Type C3, we are going to load you with engineering. Type C3, we're going to load you with some more supplies. Wait. Oh, I forgot. Bloop. Alright, so we're going to load you with some more supplies. Go to the next one. Submarine, we're going to load you with fuel. And then if we go to the last transport, we're going to load you with some, probably ought to go with some more supplies. It's either supplies or troops. We've got 9,000 troops. Let's go with troops. Let's go with troops. That way we've got a full complement heading up there. We haven't got our airbase operational yet. Remember, that's what we're going for here. We have an airbase, but we need to upgrade it. So it takes 2,000 supplies to upgrade. So let's just double check. We have engineering. We have 2,000 supplies there, and we have 1,250 more troops. So yeah, we're bringing the guys out. All right, so these guys are all loaded. We're going to go ahead and lay in a course. Once again, we're going to be avoiding the deep water. We want nothing to do with the deep water. We're going to come right up in here as far as we can. And then we're going to turn in. And there you go. And that'll get us our supplies up here, and we should be able to upgrade this and then be able to start potentially bombing from here. I'm not sure exactly what we'll get out of a level 2, but we'll see. Only time will tell. But again, we are saving up for a carrier task force next. Carrier's a very expensive unit, and so is all of the things that you need to support that carrier. So keep that in mind. Alright, so let's double check where we're at. I know it takes a while to get through all of the things. We have spotter planes doing a search in the area. We have Grunion. Grunion has 13 torpedoes on board, so still doing okay. We've got Sneaky Boy 6 coming up here to do a patrol a little further north with all the torpedoes. Got 24 on board. Yes, Guardfish. That'd be Guardfish coming up. Sneaky Boy 4 is on its way back to rearm and get ready to get back in the fight. Still has 6 torpedoes, so if we get engaged, we can defend ourselves. I don't like to run completely out of torpedoes because of that reason. Because you got to go a long ways. This is a long trip back, and you never know what you're going to run into. We've been surprised before. Now, we do have our Task Force 9, which should be considered Power Group 1. So let's go ahead and do that. Power Group 1 is heading back into the area with Massachusetts, Chevalier, San Juan, Juneau, and Sulfley. We are going to try to get back up in here and relieve Power Group 2. That is the goal. So we're going to come up, take over duties from Power Group 2. They're going to retreat back, rearm, repair, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, we're getting back into this. So, now that we got the introduction out of the way, let's get this party started. Now, obviously, Power Group 1 is doing a bit of a patrol here. There was a submarine in the area. Power Group 2 has been engaged. Sea State 4, it's not showing what is engaging it, which is slightly disconcerting. So I guess we've got no choice. Can't skip it. Gotta do it. Let's start. Now, we also have a submarine in the area, so this could get interesting. Is our sub on the thing? It doesn't appear to be. See, our sub would be like right here. So you would think that it would be in this engagement. But clearly it's not. Also, my sounds are very, very loud. Okay, due to the fact that we have no idea what we're up against, I highly doubt that it's a submarine acting in this area here. We haven't encountered a sub in this area. So it's either going to be a plane of some sort, or it's going to be a surface fleet, most likely. It could be a submarine, and if it is, that's kind of disconcerting. But we're about to find out. So first things first, we want to go through. We've got Nicholas. Go ahead, turn on your radar. Sonar, not necessary at the moment. We'll go with North Carolina, get your radar on. Columbia, get your radar on. San Diego, radar as well. And O'Bannon, radar. All right. Now remember, we're getting low on ammo, so we're going to have to play this a little bit conservatively as a whole. So let's go ahead and start. It's not preferable the time of day, so we really can't see much of anything, even if torpedoes were to be fired at us, which pause the game. What is that right there? Am I seeing things? Okay, I think I'm just seeing things. It looked like something was right there. God, I can't see anything. What is that? We've got twarps in the water, boys. Everybody take evasive maneuvers. Let's go navigation. Let's see. Off the nose, so we want to come approximately here. Looks like we got a submarine in the water, boys. Also, slow down. Pause. They're fanning out. Let's go ahead, cancel that order, and navigate the other direction. Let's break them up. We want Nicholas and O'Bannon. So North Carolina, let's select you. We're going to break you from the formation. You are going to take Columbia and San Diego with you. And so I want you guys to form up. I want you to cut left. Who's this ship here? It's one of our destroyers, right? Okay, so we're going to have to be... Okay, this is actually San Diego on the port side, or on the starboard side. So maybe break San Diego, because we're going to have to do some maneuvering with San Diego. Alright, so Nicholas O'Bannon. We want you guys to navigate up this direction. So we are going to have you go here. I also want you to slow down. And I actually am going to go ahead and break O'Bannon off of that as well. So let's go ahead and select O'Bannon. Break formation. Because I'm going to have you be the faster ship to close out the distance. Can't believe that they actually brought a sub up here. Surprising me. Not completely unexpected, so we got to try to think of what we're going to do. We may just go ahead and slow down for now. That'll allow us to let these guys do their thing that they have to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and take Alabama, or not Alabama, North Carolina and Columbia, and navigate them away from the torpedoes. Alright, and we can go ahead and select our O'Bannon here, or San Diego, sorry. We've got torps coming in. Trying to see who he's targeting with the torps. Okay, we are turning directly into those with our destroyers, so we're gonna have to not do that. So, God, it's so hard to judge. We're gonna have to freehand it. We're gonna have to freehand it. Also, North Carolina, I want you to speed up. Okay, Nicholas. I need you to make a hard turn to port. I'm not sure we're going to be able to squeeze into the gap. Let's go reverse thrust. Come on. Speed up. Ah! I thought that I was gonna. I forget that these things can stop like nobody's business. We put that thing in reverse. We actually screwed ourselves. We needed to drift a little further forward, but that's really not good. Also, these two torpedoes are tracking almost beautifully for this freaking North Carolina, which is horrible. I don't even want to think about what that's about to do. Good news. It appears that San Diego is going to be clear. Next, we need to start looking at our O'Bannon. There's nothing we can do for the North Carolina. Let's try to hope for the best here. We're going to take 2 hits, probably center of the ship. Let's go ahead and have our destroyer speed up and turn hard to starboard. We did take 2 hits. Come on, baby. Outrun those torps. Oh my God, we're going to get another destroyer hit right here. This is a devastating strike, man. Good God. They hit everybody. Everybody with that. I think we're going to have to start rethinking our formations, man. This can't happen. They just hit 3 ships with 1 torpedo strike. Alright, so San Diego is our Atlanta-class cruiser. And all of this mess, we have kind of screwed ourselves. So let's go ahead and navigate up this direction and slow this bad boy down so that we can use passive sonar to potentially pick this guy up. Meanwhile, we've got massive fire on board Nicholas. I don't know that we're going to be able to pick him up. Let's go ahead and slow you down. We do. We've got him. Plot a course. Target Attack. O'Bannon, what's your situation looking like? Heavy flooding, heavy damage, center mass, like you're hurt real bad. Got one completely destroyed compartment here in engineering. North Carolina, how are you looking? You've got flooding on both sides of the ship now. Remember, we were rammed by a friendly to begin with. That's what caused this damage. And then we have this damage here from two separate torpedo hits. This one went pretty deep into the ship, which is definitely not preferable. Moderate damage, moderate flooding. North Carolina is going to be okay. Not sure that our destroyers will be. But we're going to try to attack that guy anyway. So O'Bannon, I don't know how much you're going to be doing as far as combat, but we're going to try anyway. Let's target him and get ourselves over there. So navigate to here. And start. San Diego, what's your speed? Currently 17 knots. Increase speed to 22. So we've got two ships. Now the bad thing is this guy could launch from the rear as well. So we've got to try to get Nicholas out of here. I might just have Nicholas go ahead and follow North Carolina. So let's select North Carolina, grab Nicholas, and form up. So he should be following the waypoints for them. And we'll use these two ships to intercept and take down... Actually, I take that back. I take that back. Break. Nicholas, I want you in your own because you're the one currently lighting up this submarine. So, I lied. I need you to, stay at 3 knots. Actually, we might just go ahead and set him at 0. Again, I'm afraid that this guy is going to throw out his yeah, you can see he's definitely a pain in my neck is what he is. We just lost contact. Okay. How did we lose contact? Turn right. Increase speed to 3 knots. Go ahead and ping away as well. We have reacquired. He's making a turn, he's running for it. We are in line to head him off. Got him again. Attack that target. Be on top of them pretty soon. Man, they've made a mess out of our freaking power group, man. right at evening too. It was very difficult to see the torpedoes and where they were coming from. I wasn't expecting a sub to be so brazen to come at us in our area. But all we can do now is try to make sure that he doesn't get away with it. I'm going to ride along with San Diego as she gets ready to drop depth charges. The Atlanta-class cruisers do have depth charges. Depth charges are away. So we're going to go ahead and switch to the enemy underwater view so we can take a look at how effective or ineffective these depth charges end up being. I can tell you right now, those were launched way too early. So hopefully they do better. That one looks okay. A little bit too far out. Overall, oh, this one looks good. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of cheese it a little bit, see if we hit them. We do have moderate damage, moderate flooding. So they're likely going to have to surface. So we may go ahead and have O'Bannon. Let's go ahead and switch to O'Bannon. Orders. Let's go ahead and break. Break your orders. Now we lost contact with him temporarily, even though we know he's here. San Diego is coming back around for another run. You can see she has slowed down to 5 knots to reacquire target. We have reacquired the submarine. I would expect to see some ballast being blown real soon, as he has descended to 270 feet. Any moment he's going to have to blow the ballast. He's got too much flooding to be that deep. He's at 300 feet now. Find it hard to believe he hasn't blown the ballast yet. He's falling fast. He's getting close to his crush depth. Nope, he's coming up. Don't tell me he got the flooding under control. Okay, there's the ballast. Alright, so he is surfacing. Cease attack. O'Bannon, cease attack. Prepare to fire on target. And he is coming right up underneath you, San Diego, so you may want to speed up and get away, get some distance. I feel like he's going to try to ram us, potentially. As you can see, if we zoom all the way in, like, he's not that far away from us. You can kind of just make him out right there. Sneaky bugger, man. We're gonna sink this guy with, let's go ahead and go above water view. Now that we're clear of a potential collision, let's go ahead and slow us down. We've got the guns at the ready. We're gonna have HE loaded. Narrow salvo. As soon as... Alright, he's up. Fire the guns! Massive, massive explosion already. Get him, baby. Get him, San Diego. This was a well-executed attack run, San Diego. You did everything right. Down he goes. So we got him, fellas. We got him. Now let's give our guys some time. Oh, we're about to run into one another. Let's go ahead and have you turn slightly to port. Slow all the way down. Actually, instead of turning to port, just have you keep turning to starboard. Alright, so we're gonna need to get our guys all back together and try to get these guys some support. We'll have San Diego go ahead and stop in place. See if you can't assist with anything that they might need. Let's go over here and look at our battleship, see how we're doing. We've got a lot of flooding and there's nothing we can do about it. Those torpedoes do not mess around. They have destroyed several compartments. We got moderate damage, moderate flooding. That's going to really, really challenge anything until Power Group 1 comes north. We do have Columbia here. Columbia is perfectly fine, but if you remember correctly, we're pretty much out of ammo for Columbia, except for the rear turrets. So definitely not preferable. And then how is Nicholas doing? Nicholas is looking pretty rough, man. They are listing hard to port. Got heavy damage, heavy flooding. They're running at 28% speed. They're hurting. They are trying to get some of the flooding under control. They are definitely hurting. So we're going to speed up time a little bit, see if we can get some of this damage repaired on our ships. What little bit of damage that we can repair anyway. And then we'll try to get these guys back to, we have got the flooding under control in this rear compartment. They've got water pumped out of it at least, so that's going to help a little bit. But yeah, we've got, this entire power group needs to go back to New Hebrides and get rearmed, or not rearmed, but repaired. I don't want to lose these guys. Too valuable. Alright, so we are getting the repairs underway for some of the others. O'Bannon didn't quite get hit as hard as Nicholas did, but still considerable damage all around the ship. Letting these guys heal up a little bit before we take them back out to the main menu. You can see our guys doing donuts out here, little circles. We could probably just go ahead and stop them. Columbia, go ahead and reduce speed. You can't because you're following North Carolina. Go ahead and reduce speed. There you go. Columbia, brake. Go ahead and straighten out, reduce speed. All right. So North Carolina, damage control is best we can get it. So moderate. So, torpedo protection doing its job. O'Bannon, we are still doing some repairs here. So we'll go ahead and keep going. Should be just about done with everything we can repair. And it's still got heavy damage, heavy flooding, but at least some of the systems are back. Nicholas, same thing. Yep, you're ready to go, so let's go ahead and leave the battle and see. While we won the engagement, I feel like we lost overall. I'm not gonna lie. So we sunk one sub, 3,700 tons. He hit my Nicholas, my O'Bannon, and my North Carolina in one strike. I think we're going to have to seriously reconsider how we're doing this. So yeah, unfortunately, we do not have the luxury of sailing in a circle formation any longer. Power Group 2, or Power Group 1, I'm going to have you belay your patrol. Come straight up to the north. These guys need relieved as soon as possible. And I want you to also have a freaking plane. So, Massachusetts, Scout. Okay. And then the same thing for you, North Carolina. I need you to use your plane as well. Okay. I love that there's a freaking auto scout button now. I don't even have to think about it. I just click the button and they're scouting. Okay. That should help there. And as soon as we get these guys back to port, I think we'll get our aircraft carrier going, because we need something to stop these submarines, man. Gotta start finding them without putting our ships in danger. Alright, we've got our convoy heading up here. Let's go ahead and restart time. Speed it up. Ah, crap. This is not good. This is not when we need an engagement, man. Ah, I thought we laid in a course to go back home. Alright, what are we up against? Let's hope this is one of the divisions that we've actually softened up. It's a full division. God dang it. 2 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, 2 heavy cruisers. And we don't have anything that can... Oh boy. This is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. I have a feeling we're about to lose some ships, guys. Especially after being softened up by their guy. Dang it. Let's get that surface search radar going. Get everybody's radar on. Prepare for a fight. And as soon as we have whereabouts on the enemy, we're going to need to figure out where we can send ships to keep them alive. North Carolina, you're going to have to make up for all the inadequacies of our entire fleet at the moment. So I apologize, but that's what you're there for. Alright. We have ships off to the north. So right off the bat, we're going to have Columbia, San Diego, and North Carolina. Head towards them. O'Bannon and Nicholas are going to peel off. How can I get these guys to kind of go the way I want them to? So Nicholas and well, North Carolina, Columbia, and San Diego. Need you guys to break. And then I'm going to peel off. See, this is the problem. I need to take Nicholas, who is the lead ship, and turn him hard to port. And speed all the way up. So we'll go ahead and do that and see if we can't do something with that. The main reason I'm bringing these cruisers with me is for the star shells that they're going to offer, so that I'll be able to see a little better. How much ammo do we have? We have 528 AP rounds in the nose. So we are still very, very formidable. We do have some HE in the rear turret left. So we're going to go ahead and have you guys navigate to the north. Actually, break that order. Navigate to this side of the island, because they're heading this way, it looks like, so we want to cut them off. Alright, and I need you to go as fast as you're capable of doing, North Carolina. Hear those turbines spooling up. All right, now go ahead and straighten up. Trying to beat the Columbia here. Looks like we're going to be able to do that pretty easily. I say pretty easily. If you were on this ship right now, you'd be scared to death that you're about to be cut in half by a ramming cruiser. Yeah, you're fine. We've got guys already shooting at us from that range. Alright, we'll deal with that in a moment. But Nicholas, now that you guys are free, I want you to just kind of head out this direction. And then North Carolina, you are already heading in. Nope, these guys are turning in, so we can go ahead and break formation and head to the north. Since these guys are wanting to come right at us, we're going to go right at them. Alright, who's our biggest targets? Most likely the guys that are spotted right away. Yeah, it looks like we've got potentially a Mogami and a Miyoko. Potentially. We'll have to see. So let's go ahead and target this front ship with North Carolina's guns. We are also going to classify this ship as a heavy cruiser. Let's see, we've got one fancy stack. We got 4 guns in the nose. This is actually like a Tonei, isn't it? Yeah, this is definitely a Tonei. So we're classifying it as such. That is our #1 priority. Nicholas, and what do you got as far as ammo? Because I'm going to have you target Tonei as well. No. Target Tonei. There you go. And then I want you to go ahead and go for star shells. Okay, so fire. I want these guys lit up. I don't think it's that dark, but I still don't want to take any chances. All right. Also, North Carolina, Columbia, San Diego, I want you guys to re-up your, okay, you are going to a line ahead. Okay. So that should hopefully change them into a line ahead formation. And if we look at our North Carolina again, we can start to watch these guys. We're only at a 20% possibility, or 20% solution. You can see they're pretty far off. I mean, we're at 20,000 meters. You can see they're using star shells on us. And we're going to be returning the favor. They are much closer on this salvo than I would expect. And I'm not thrilled about it. What are you doing? Dude, these... Break formation. Why are you going so fast, and why are you, like, coming right at our guy? Slow down. Sometimes the AI does some really dumb things when it comes to trying to get back into formation. Like, he was straight up going to ram at our battleship right there, which could be catastrophic. All right. O'Bannon is basically dead in the water. Alright, so now that we have kind of gotten this under... I'm sorry it's taken so long, guys. But I just want to make sure that there's nothing stupid that happens in this. So now we can get Columbia and San Diego back in formation. Alright. So we're in for a fight, fellas. We are in for a fight. Let's go ahead and break that current order. Adjust navigation. You want to head to there. Make all the speed that you can. We're currently doing 23 knots. Making a significant turn. We're going to go ahead and start firing AP in a full salvo with, or full fire group. Spotting fire only. North Carolina, I've got all the faith in you that you're going to be able to pull this off. Just going to need you to be on point. You see, we were quite a ways out ahead. Looks like this is the ship we were shooting at, Tone A. We were actually really close. So maybe go narrow spread. Change that up a bit. See where these shells land. to get a nice early hit, that would be great. Okay, those were well behind. Not scared of the light cruisers, but the heavy cruisers are a bit of a pain. You see, he is turning out. Now that we are officially inside of, or around 60%, we're going to go ahead and change from spotting fire. Just let them fire at will. We got to keep an eye on the rounds that we're firing as well. We're already at 500 rounds. %, solution. Should start to get some hits soon. Alright, so for San Diego, go ahead and ceasefire. Wasn't it San Diego or was it Colombia that was fired? North Carolina. Looking, you're up to a 72% solution. Doesn't appear to have any new damage. I just took a shot on the bow and the stern. Negligible. These battles usually are tense right up until our guys actually hit them. Go to Columbia, target Tonay, and I want you firing star shells. Go loose. All right. North Carolina is burning. Looks like a pretty minor damage. We're up to a heavy damage overall, moderate flooding. Come on, North Carolina. I need you to hit, man. We're quickly closing. We're within 10,000 meters. We're at an 86% efficient, or 86% smooth. I'm going to go ahead and back the speed down a little bit. Drop it down to 23 knots. We really need to start getting some hits, North Carolina. Please. We're walking them in. We're not there yet. Just fired. caused us this. How many how many shells we got? 462 in the front. We have taken significant damage to our director, which is probably screwing with our accuracy quite a bit, which makes sense. Let's go ahead and target with our secondary guns as well. Target the secondaries. Fire AG. Go narrow. See if we can get some hits with our secondaries to potentially help soften the target up, maybe slow him down a little bit, make him less effective overall. There's a significant amount of shots being traded right now. North Carolina, you are vastly outnumbered. I'm going to go ahead and see, we've got land on our right, so we don't want to go that way. Let's go ahead and have you brake, navigate this direction, and that'll allow us to swing the rear. I know we've got to swing the rear gun around to do it. Looks like we did score a hit on Tonay, which is massive. It's going to do it's going to go a long way. It's going to slow him down. He's already down to 8 knots. Like, whatever we just did to him, he is dead in the water. That was a massive hit. Yeah, he's got moderate damage, heavy flooding. That was a huge hit. Well done. Let's get some more of that. Very good hit. Massive hit at the bow. That might be enough to finish it. Like, it's burning from all the way across. Remember, when you don't see the fires, it's actually fires that are inside the ship. So I think that Tonay is actually dead here. We're going to go ahead and change targets to this guy. Let's go ahead and stop firing, target this guy here. I want you firing AP, narrow, fire. AP, narrow, or HE, sorry, for the secondaries. Fire. And we are going to classify this ship. Let's go ahead and pause. Alright, so we've got 3 guns in the front. So we've got Miyoko, which is what I was thinking it is, but the thing's actually to the front, so does that make it the Furitaka? Nope, because Furitaka only has 2 at the front. So we have Miyoko and Mogami, or Takao. Takao, sorry. So this is Takao, classify, and let's go back into starting this up. If we look at the report, we've got heavy and heavy. That's not normally death for the Tonay. But he is dead in the water, so hold that thought. If we target, or cancel. If we manually target with AP, and we decide to aim in here, all right, so manual fire, narrow spread AP. Fire. We want to hit towards the back. So our next salvo should be towards the Tonnet here. I just want to make sure he's finished. I don't want him to recover and then still be a threat to us. He is the guy with the most firepower. You can see he is still firing his gun, so he is still a threat. Seriously, you missed. Come on now. I need you to hit. One more salvo at Takao here, or at Tonnet, and then I'm going to change back to manually firing at Takao. Though I may go ahead and target this guy. There, we got another hit on him. Okay, so we've got us out here full broadside. I want you to target this ship. Let's go to your directors, make sure we stop tracking, track new target. Then we need you to set HE, narrow fire, because I don't think these have AP. Yep. And then we want the main guns. Let's stop on there and then target Takao. We're going to use the alternative, or the alternate director to use for the secondaries to fire on the light cruisers, and then we're going to fire the main guns at Takao still. So fire. I'm going to try it. I've never done this, but it's a thought. It hopefully will work. Looks like we have scored a hit on Takao already. He is on fire. And our secondary should be plenty to deal with this guy. Okay, Tonnet is down. So we were effective. I like it. You can see the secondaries firing at us. How effective are they going to be? Okay, these guys are starting to turn away. So North Carolina, I'm going to have you break your orders. Once again, change direction to come right at them. Okay, our secondaries for some reason are still targeting I want you to target this guy. Let's go ahead and identify him. Okay, this is a destroyer. So let's go ahead and identify the destroyer. We've got 2 stacks. Looks about right. Could be a Minakaze. I think it is a Minakaze. Nope, actually, it is not a Minakaze. It is in fact a Kamikaze. So Kamikaze headed right for us. I need you to fire HE and fire on Kamikaze. Let's stop that. Target Kamikaze. And fire. See if we can't get these freaking destroyers before they get any closer. How's the Takao doing? Takao has suffered significant damage, but is otherwise underway still. We are still targeting it with our main guns. Could be wrong. What are these guys doing back here? What do you mean you have no orders? You were supposed to be following North Carolina in. What about your guns? You still have star shells? Yeah, you've still got 116 star shells. Alright, stop going in circles. Let's go ahead and get San Diego and Columbia in a formation. Form up. Navigate this way. And then I'm also going to have you guys target Kamikaze with your guns, firing HE. I know we don't have any friggin' HE out of the front guns, but we'll give it a shot anyway. And then San Diego, I'm gonna have you target this guy, which is actually a light cruiser. Triple stacks, so let's go ahead and go here. Light cruiser. We've got Tenryu. It's not Tenryu. It is looking like a Kuma. And in fact, I will call this a Kuma, because it looks pretty much just like a Kuma. Yeah, there's your catapult right there between the turrets, so I think this is a Kuma. Okay, we're gonna have you target Kuma. And you will be firing HE as well. Full salvo spot fire to begin. North Carolina is still closing the distance. Let's go ahead and change your heading. We want you guys to come straight ahead. This will limit our effectiveness of our secondaries, potentially, but can't really do anything about that at the moment. We have critical damage on North Carolina, which is not preferable. I'd hate to lose North Carolina here, but I don't think we've got much of a choice. Actually, let's break that order. We need you to stay as broadside as possible. Stop. 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 Target the Kuma. Fire AP. How much ammo? 390 rounds. Okay. Come on, North Carolina. We believe in you, baby. Down to 84% efficiency. kamikaze has been down, which is fantastic. Alright, so that was our target for our cruisers. Let's go ahead and target. Okay, Kuma is also down. So let's go ahead and pause. I want our cruisers firing at this destroyer, which is a late, potentially Kagero. So, yeah, this will be a destroyer. So this is a Fubuki. Very well could be the Fubuki. In fact, I think it is a Fubuki. It looks very, very... Actually, I lied. These are torp launchers. We only have 2. So next. This is not the Akatsuki. Alright, Hatsuharu. 1 torp there, 1 torp there. Could be. Could be. And Shira. Could also be Shira. They all look the frickin' same. Hard to tell in the low light. But I'm thinking this is either a Shira or a Fubuki. Okay, let's look from a top-down view, because that might tell us, because we've got this area here. And that appears to be Hatsuharu. Okay, so Shira doesn't have the rear gun, so this is a Hatsuharu. Okay. Call it the Hatsuharu. Also... Crap. Columbia is targeting Hatsuharu. We didn't change the guns. HE full salvo fire. Okay, and the same thing for San Diego. Target, Hatsuharu. And fire the HE. North Carolina. We're going to have you break your order and change to a more direct route. Who's the next ship in the line? It is another light cruiser. 3 stacks. Again, looks a lot like a Kuma. So we'll see. Cruiser light. Go back to Kuma. I mean, it does very much look like a Kuma. So again, we'll call it a Kuma. I want you to load AP. And fire when ready. Target. Hello? Did we not classify that? Pretty sure we classified this. Alright. Classify. Target AP fire. Pretty close. Let's go with a narrow spread. let's go ahead and you guys need to make full speed. I need you to break your current quarters and swing right through there. How are we looking? We're still critical damage, heavy flooding, but we're getting a lot of the damage under control now that we've gotten rid of some of the bigger threats. Okay, let's go ahead and speed you back up as well. Give us all you got. Did we get a hit on the Kuma? Yeah, we've got moderate damage, moderate flooding. Very nice. He's slowed way down. He's at 10 knots. Got another hit at the bow. Remember, these are 16-inch armor-piercing rounds. They're going to rip through that thing like Swiss cheese. How many rounds we got? Still 360. We're doing good. Kuma's slowing. It may be done. And if it wasn't, it is now. So, go ahead and stop tracking that target. Target the Hatsuharu. We're going to use just the HE from the secondaries. Hold fire on the front, the main guns. Come on, secondaries. Start landing. Got its Hatsuharu has been hit, has minor damage, so good. Has slowed him down a bit. How much ammo do we have on the starboard side? We have 3,700 rounds of AT left. Come on, baby. Hit again, it looks like. Reduced down to 23 knots. I know he just made a turn. Click off. There's all the waypoints, so we're good there. Alright, let's go ahead and stop targeting with the current ship and switch back to Kuma. Fire AP out of the main guns, narrow spread. Kuma has been reduced to 0. Let's go ahead and manually fire. That always works out really well for us. Go ahead and hit right there for our next salvo of AP. Okay. Turn manual fire off. Stop tracking this target. Target the Hatsuharu. I don't have any HE in the front guns, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to use the secondaries. And fire. Alright, what are we looking for as far as this goes? Minor damage on Takao, so he's running for the hills. Kuma is critical, so it's going down. Why are you firing the main guns? I literally said to fire the frickin' secondaries. Okay. It was a heck of a battle, that's for sure. But North Carolina did everything we needed it to do. Only bad thing now is that Takao is getting away. Or at least trying to. He's got a long ways to run. I mean, Kuma's got to be dead. It's dead in the water. It's listing hard to port. Like, it's on fire from bow to stern. It should be dead. We still have critical damage on North Carolina, but we are repairing some of it as best we can anyway. Keep it up, I'm gonna fire my 16-inch guns at your stupid destroyer. In fact, I think I'm going to. Fire the 16-inch guns at that destroyer. Big hits. That wasn't a 16-inch gun hit, and that still might be enough to slow it down. Those are the secondaries. Alright, come on, baby. Still firing the secondaries. We're very, very close. I mean, we got a 94% solution. Huge hit just beyond the smokestack. More hits at the front. Down goes Hatsuharu. Look at that thing become a submarine. It can't sink fast enough. Look at it. Just straight up nose down in the water. Love to see it. All right. Switch target to Takao. This Kuma's still alive. You know what? Stop tracking Takao. Let's put a couple salvos into the Kuma on the way by. We are targeting Kuma. Let's go ahead and fire the secondaries at it. And then might as well go ahead and fire the primaries as well. Just give her one salute, one little send-off salute, you know? Seems about right. Alright, Kuma's down. Alright, now we go back to targeting Takao. Columbia, can you target Takao and give me some star shells? Star shells, fire. North Carolina, we've got you ready. Let's go ahead and load the AP, narrow salvo, fire when ready. Also, navigate over this direction. You thought you could run. You're not going to be able to run forever, Sunshine. All you're going to do is die tired. North Carolina has definitely been through it. Nobody can say she hasn't been tested. Good Lord. That ship took a beating at the beginning of this fight. And remember, it just took 2 Japanese torpedoes and then got into this fight. American battleships are no joke, man. Very close. In fact, well, he's not slowing down. He's at 33 knots. He's going flank speed. He's going as fast as he can to get away from us. Are you firing at him? I don't know if it's close enough for you to fire at him. He's 10,000 yards. 9,000 yards. You got a hit on the bow? Saw that? That has slowed him down. He's taking on water in the front. That gives us moderate damage, moderate flooding. We are down to just heavy damage on North Carolina with heavy flooding as well. This has been a very good showing for North Carolina, not only for the beating that it has taken, but also for the accuracy. Like, this thing had 500 and some odd rounds when we started. It has only used about half of that and has sunk half of the enemy, like literally the entire fleet. Basically solo. She's down to 22 knots, so we're slowing her down. One of her turrets appears busted. Or at least can't rotate to fire off of the one side. Another big hit. That has slowed it down dramatically. That must have damaged something in the engine, because it just dropped it from doing 22 knots. It's down to 15 quickly. Like, we just shut her propulsion off. No more running, Sunshine. Up to a 94% solution. Narrowly misses that salvo. Pretty much hit us right in the face. Come on, North Carolina. Done well. Need one more good salvo here. Shut this thing down. Massive hits. That's going to stop it dead in its tracks. Yeah, it's already dropping from 15 knots. That was a big hit. Right at the front guns, too. Like, that's shutting her down. And now we're closing the distance pretty quick. 8,500 yards in closing. Remember, we're still doing 24 knots. They're only doing 14, so we're closing at a pace of 10 knots. Columbia, do you got any more star shells? You probably don't. Now you got 50 more star shells. You got that 96% solution. She's only doing 12 knots now. She's got a heavy list to the starboard side. Or no, that'd be the port side, sorry. She's got a serious list going on. Good Lord. I think the bridge is getting close to touching the water. Not gonna lie, there was moments where I thought sending the North Carolina off on its own, and as soon as I switched, we took another hit. Reduced it. He's dead in the water, fellas. He's dead in the water. Get him, North Carolina. You can see us in the distance back here. Little flashes from the secondaries, big flashes from the big guns. We've got him down to 5 knots. He's not quite dead in the water, but he's real close, and that may just do it. As another shot to engineering. He's actually going faster now somehow. I don't know what we broke, but something just kicked in, and now they're back up to 10 knots. I mean, it's still not going to help them. We're 7,600 yards and closing fast. Come on, baby. There's another big hit. And that probably gonna do it. Dropped right back down. Is he gonna stay at 5 again? Nope, he's dropping below. He is officially dead in the water. I mean, he's still maintaining 3 knots. Alright, well, let's see if we can't AP narrow, manual fire. I mean, he just got hit again, another big hit. Let's aim at the front of the ship and see how far he drifts forward. We know we're aiming basically right at the front turret. This will kind of tell us how much we need to aim, or how much we need to lead. This salvo that's firing right now. That was a pretty solid hit right at midship. He is actually somewhat turning away. So let's go ahead and fire another one kind of right here. We got him dead. He's literally dead in the water now. So let's change that. He's down. Don't even need to fire. Ceasefire, ceasefire. All enemies have been destroyed. What I like to see, North Carolina. Fantastic job. You're a beast. You're an absolute behemoth. No one can stop the North Carolina or the Alabama. The Alabama did a heck of a job too. Of course, Alabama also had to be repaired. So we're going to definitely have to ship off North Carolina for repairs. But you've earned it, sir. You've earned it. Heck of a job. We're going to give our guys some time. I think he's the only one that has taken new damage. So, yeah, I think Columbia, San Diego were far enough back that they didn't get touched. O'Bannon still hurt pretty badly, but no new damage. And is capable of doing 12 knots. Nicholas, also doing 12 knots. Very nice. No new damage. So we didn't lose anybody. We came real close to losing North Carolina there for a moment. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Let's go ahead and end this. You can see we got heavy damage, heavy, moderate. Again, these ships were hurt going into the fight. All 3 of these. So overall, North Carolina came away with a stunning victory. 37,460 tons of Japanese fighting ships sunk. 6 of them. 6 fighting ships. All gone. 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 2 destroyers. Cannot compete with my battleships. Overall, we had 1 aircraft in this fight as well. It was our spotter plane, which was a huge reason why we were able to spot them to begin with. So huge advantage to us. And then, of course, 50 new command points. But I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I know they're long episodes, so I try to, do 1 engagement at a time, especially when they're long, drawn-out engagements. But I think this was a fantastic episode. We got ambushed by the submarine, and then immediately had to fight their biggest, heaviest division that we've seen so far. You know, the 2 heavy cruisers, 2 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, all at one time, while being severely damaged. And North Carolina came out on top. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.